Hi there. Happy Wednesday. How are you all doing? What's going on? I am doing okay, besides being extremely tired. My little one, if you saw my post earlier, was super restless last night. I've been up since 3. But it's been a good morning. We had an appraiser come by and do our house, and then we're gonna go to Grandpa's later. It's a great day. So I hope you're having a fantastic day as well. This topic, how to give yourself some more grace, kind of came up in the idea that I've been having to give myself, I feel like, an extra boost recently with just so many different things going on. And it's just fantastic. It's so fantastic. And I wanted to share this with you because it's something that I've learned over time. This is not something that I just picked up. I feel like a lot of people talk about giving yourself grace, and a lot of people talk about how there's no condemnation in Christ, you know, if you are a believer. But I feel like nobody ever really tells you how to do this. So I just wanted to kind of hop on and share with you my perspective on this and how I've been able to really, like I said, bless myself with this gift. And so my story is that I had no idea what grace was, like, for a really long time. It wasn't until actually just 2019 that I really started to understand this. And what it came from was, you know, so I have always heard, and I didn't grow up in a church or anything, but I had still always heard that there's no condemnation for those who are in Christ. And I'm like, okay, well, what the heck does that mean? Like, okay, whatever. That doesn't really mean squat to me. And I had this mentor, and she's a Christian mentor, and she's fantastic, you guys. She would give us these strategies and kind of help us go through hard issues or maybe just kind of getting our shit together. And she's like, now don't condemn yourself here. Like, don't condemn yourself if you don't get your zone for the house cleaned. Don't condemn yourself if you don't, if you kind of are having issues financially. Like, don't do that. And I was like, these are like real world situations. Like, this really made it simple for me to start applying really to my everyday life, because I'm like, oh, that's what they're saying, is like, don't shame yourself in doing this. And so anyways, that's a little bit of my background, and I wanted to kind of share this this that I've learned through this time about it as well. So our ideas, Hans Johnson with True Well Formula talks a lot about this, same with Danny Johnson. Our ideas that we have and our perspectives are things that are programmed or taught to us. Everything that we believe, and that can come from mentors, media, experiences, and, you know, loved ones, whatever. It comes from the world, our view of the world. And sorry, Keegan is over here playing with my little thing, with my light. And so shame and condemnation is taught that way as well. You know, marketing in itself, I don't know if you've ever studied marketing, but marketing basically is telling you that you're not full or you're not complete unless you have this product or service. You know, that's how that's the idea of selling anything. So, what a face, what a smile. So shame and condemnation kind of comes from that viewpoint as well. It is, you know, I was one that watched a lot of TV. And I also wasn't really shown, and I just don't know if people just didn't know how to show me how to do this. Like again, I feel like there's not really a how-to on doing this at all, giving yourself grace. But you just kind of take it and run with it. You're like, okay, this is how we roll, this is what we're doing. Or you might hear friends do it, and so you're like, oh, maybe I should think that way, you know, growing up. So it could come from anywhere. But the point is that if it is programmed to talk to us, that's the really, really cool part that I think is so badass, is that we are then able to retrain and reprogram our minds to not condemn and shame ourselves. Okay? So I do suggest journaling over this if it's a pretty deep thing. But here's a pretty simple way to go about it, and then you can dive deeper. If you want information about my mentor, who really has helped me a lot in this, just let me know. But so just think about where in your day-to-day things do you possibly shame and condemn yourself over. Is it when you fail to do the dishes, you know? Is it when you eat something that's bad, not on your list of things that you need to eat? Is it when you can't feel like you can get your shit together? That was a big one of mine. Because you didn't accomplish your to-do list? Is it because you're crying? I grew up thinking that crying was something that, yeah, should not be done in public, you know, big girls don't cry kind of thing. So anyways, there was a lot of shame and condemnation wrapped up around that. He's so wiggly. He's so wiggly. So what is grace? Dictionary.com, I got some definitions for you. And I enjoyed it myself looking into this. Grace is elegance and beauty in a manner or action. It's favor, pleasing and attractive quality. So giving yourself favor. It is hard with this little guy. He's always playing with my stuff, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through. Giving yourself elegance and beauty when you usually wouldn't. Giving yourself that pleasing and attractive quality that maybe you give to your kids or maybe even strangers or coworkers. Giving yourself that grace. You could also kind of look at it from giving yourself permission to be kind to yourself. I had to do that. I had to give myself permission to be kind. So how do you give yourself more grace? This is kind of my little how-to, how I've really dived into it personally, and it has made a difference here. Say hi, Kai.
Hey.
Hey. So it's becoming aware of when you do have those shame or condemning thoughts and taking them captive, catching them and being like, nope. You know, it's a practice, so it's not something that you just do once, but it's a practice because you are retraining and reprogramming your thought patterns and your habits of going from shame and condemnation to grace, okay? So you catch yourself while you're doing it and you say, no. Like, I speak this to myself, no. I am deciding right now to speak life to myself. And so I say what it is that speaks truth into me. So mine, I can share mine with you. It might not be the same as yours, okay? So mine is that I'm a daughter. I am learning and growing. I am doing my best, and I am a new creature. And that just gives me a whole lot of good vibes, a whole lot of grace, a whole lot of just awesomeness instead of being like, you suck. Of course you're going to be doing this again. Like, you should know better. Does that ring a bell? I kind of get fired up over this because I have done this so much and it's just awful. It's awful. So again, whatever works for you. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or I don't know, like, I'm happy to talk to you. If you want to discuss this further, feel free to message me. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it, is I catch it while it's happening and I say no. No, I am deciding to speak to life to myself, and I will say those things, basically those affirmations of truth, of who I really am, and then go from there. And usually I, have to do it again and again. So anyways, we are off to Grandpa's, and yeah, I hope you guys have a badass day. Love you. Bye.